So I wanted to touch on something here. I watch a lot of videos on this platform, as many of you do, and I follow a few people, like you guys do as well. And I'm sure you've seen what I'm going to talk about happening, but my issue is more with the fact that nothing was done about it and how easily of a problem it is to solve. So I watched a video by a content creator that I follow. I left a comment just to engage, because sometimes I do. I don't comment on a lot, but I comment on this one because I think the creator makes good content, and I left a comment. Nothing rude, nothing mean, just commentary there, something short. And it got a like from a profile. And I'm going to show you guys some screenshots. So this is the profile that left a like, and the reason it flagged me is because it said "You've won, congratulations" in bold print as the name, and then you can see it's got the @WWinner giveaway. Now that picture you probably recognize, that's actually account Unlearn16. I will tag them in here. I don't expect them to do anything about this. It is not their fault. They haven't done anything. Somebody's obviously stolen their profile. And as far as I can tell, they may be the only person able to do anything, if that even marginally works, because as many other content creators much larger than me have explained, they do that, and the process is not very good. But as you can see here, it's got a tiny URL link. I did not follow it. I can guess where it goes. I have ways of checking out. I'm not going to. I'm going to assume it leads to some place that's either going to scam you or it's going to leave a virus, something to that degree. Since it's through a phone and they're expecting phone traffic, I'm going to guess it's going to try to get you to dump personal information or other information into a form they can steal, or get your passwords of some sort. It may even open some kind of piece of software that may try to steal data directly from your phone. So if you see these, don't click on them. There's no giveaway. But anyway, it says giveaway times. To claim here you prize, you can tell it's broken English, register the link below, which means you're going to have to put in information on that. Now, sometimes a simple scam can be something as simple as taking information you give up, like a password you may use for 15 different accounts, and that's enough to get you in some trouble. I'm going to bring another screenshot up here and explain what's going on. So I reported it for frauds and scam because it is obviously frauds and scam. I think everybody could agree. And there's no other report option for that account type. So I reported it. You can see my picture there. And then it said, we'll take action if there's a violation of our community guidelines. So that was, you can see 9th at 7:09. It took them a half hour. And then they said, we found that reported content doesn't violate our community guidelines. We understand that you may not want to see this type of content, and you have the option to block this account. So there's a problem here. There's a huge issue with this, and I'll elaborate here in a minute. So this is one of the simplest forms of scams and fraud that happen on social media sites that is completely preventable. A profile like that is completely preventable. And there are multiple methods to do this that are not implemented, either because of cost or laziness of the platform. Now, I'm going to say it's a mix of two. Laziness on the fact that they just don't want to do it. I don't know if somebody reviewed this. I think that everything goes into a queue, and depending on the type of report it is not reviewed except for anything by AI. And I think that AI doesn't flag these because it's not tuned to. Secondarily, they don't want it to, because if these profiles get interaction, then it's good for the platform and they're not going to do anything about it. Every platform has this issue. Every single platform. And all of them refuse to fix it. It would take a human being literally 2 seconds to see that's a fake profile and a scam. Additionally, they could use image matching. This would be as simple as when an actual user account, a verified account, and you'd have to require verification, which they should be doing, when you upload an image, that image then becomes a part of your profile, and it's masked to that. By enforcing guidelines of having to use actual images or unique system images that should not be duplicated, it makes it far easier for somebody to physically analyze stuff and go, hey, these two profiles look the same. One's real and one's fake. This would also cut down on video copying, which happens a lot on this platform. But this is a huge hole in the system that needs to be plugged, because people will click that link. I guarantee you people already have. If they haven't or hadn't, then this would not be a thing anymore. Now, obviously, the original creator can go, hey, someone's impersonating me. They can have a hard time with that, though, because really it's only stolen their image, because it's meant to look like it's coming out in the creator, and then I'm supposed to be like, oh my god, they responded to me, I want a prize. But I know better. I have an IT background. I have a light background in IT security, so I do know what I'm talking about on this. When I say these are preventable and this is something they can stop, I'm not being far-fetched. I'm not thinking like in some kind of dream state or something. I'm being serious. There are plenty of ways they can do this, generally at extremely low cost, even if their moderation team is almost nothing, and they should be doing something about it. But as you can see, I reported it and they chose to do nothing, or it got automatically, just looked at. I still do not believe, because of evidence like this, that there are teams of people, or enough of a team of people, that actually look through this stuff. And the excuse that, well, they're onto more important issues, this is an important issue. Somebody will lose their bank account over this. Somebody will get their identity stolen over this. It will happen. That's how these things happen. For those of you who are not technically inclined, I've worked for MSPs, that's managed service providers. The amount of data theft that takes place because of simple issues that are preventable is ridiculous. We're talking more than 50% of identity theft that takes place is preventable. And user education is not going to do it because we cannot educate enough people for this. There are too many people that use this platform and other platforms. Young kids aren't going to know better, and older adults aren't going to know any better. People my age don't even know any better. You'd be surprised. I had a family member recently that got compromised because they were using the same password on multiple platforms. They were using something like Cash App that wasn't secure, and they got scammed really easily. It is far too easy for people to get scammed, and nothing is done about it. So this needs to be taken care of. Again, I'm going to tag the person for the video I commented on. I am not blaming them. Don't attack them. Don't go after them. They didn't do anything with this. It's not their fault. This happens when you start getting larger numbers. I guarantee you, if you guys get me to a point where I can start doing lives, 1,000 followers, you'll start seeing this in the comments when you comment on stuff I have, because there are whole groups of people that are not automated that do this, that make fake profiles and specifically scout out larger content creators. What do I do about it? I don't know if I get to a position. I'm not sure what to do. I know there's procedure for it, but I haven't had it happen to myself in that capacity, so I'm going to deal with it. But I know where to look to get that information, where to do. If you guys have any questions about this or want to know more, feel free to reach out. I think it would help if you guys would go, and if you see comments like those, please report them. Don't ignore them. If you see them on your comment, report them and block them. I encourage as many people to do so as possible, and that'll help get those removed. But it's like whack-a-mole at that point. Until these platforms do more, it's going to continue to happen. And ultimately, legally, I think the platforms should be held responsible for not doing enough. All of them. I say all of them because they've all had it happen. They all continue to let it happen. So